Hello, everyone. My name is the Cardboard Boxer, or John Smith, and this is my session to record my golden ticket submission. My submission for this contest is a set of stories I'm calling the Hunny Island Adventures. I want to be upfront about something. When the contest first started, I didn't really have an idea what I was going to do. And y'all have all done such great submissions that I knew that there was no chance I could win. I mean, even if I could like animate things and do like billboards, she doesn't want to do a cartoon frog for her Hunny OG thing or whatever. So I knew I'd be out from the beginning. With that said, Champ gave me the wonderful idea to try to stretch myself and do something really for the community. So I hope y'all like this. So the name of the game here is I'm going to pop off these stories. These are all impromptu stories. I'm going to share the document that I'm going off of. All I have is the characters for each of these stories and a little bit of a mental framework about what I want them to be. That means this might not be polished, but hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you all very much for listening. I hope this love letter to the community that I love so much hits home, because y'all have done so much for me. Y'all have meant so much for me. So let's get into it. It's time for the adventures at Hunny Island. Hunny Island, an island completely composed of Hunnies and their fans. After the Hunnies project moon to 10 ETH floor each, the intrepid adventurers of the Hunny Discord community banded together and bought their own private island in which they live. On this private island, there is drama, suspense, and all kinds of shenanigans as a different group of personalities and people try to mesh together the best they can. Here we go. Let's get into the adventures of Hunny Island. First adventure, Haas's Heartbreak. Hey, Haas, how are you doing? Hey, Smoothie, what's going on? Oh, not much. Just writing another story, getting ready for another fan fiction of my NFTs. That's great, Haas said, but I don't want to hear it. I'm done with NFTs. Why? Smoothie said. What's going on? What's got you so upset? I just keep trying, and I just keep putting myself out there, and no one appreciates it. I'm just sick of it. What happened, Haas? Tell me. You know, I was part of that one project, and I've been in the community. I've been part of the Discord, and they rugged me. They outright just pushed me away. What happened, Haas? Did you tell them about the drawer? No, I didn't tell them about the damn pee drawer. It's just, they just don't get me. They just don't get my vibe. I just can't do this whole thing. Oh, Haas, how I feel for you. My heart goes out to you. But you have to know that your adventure in NFTs doesn't stop here. You still have a lot left to do, a lot left to contribute. I don't know about that, Smoothie. I think I'm done. You just want to buy my bags? I'm ready to be done with this thing. Into the room walks John Smith. Hey, everyone, how y'all doing? Y'all want to have some fun? Who wants some memes? I don't want any of that today, John Smith, said Haas. I'm sick of Web3 and all this BS. Oh, I hate to hear that, John said. What happened? I don't even want to get into it. Then walks Danny and Rosio. Hey, everyone, GM. John Smith. Hey, Danny. Hey, Rosio, how y'all doing today? We've got a real problem here. Oh, what is it? Said Danny. Did the kids get out of the playpen again? Oh, no, not this time, Danny. Instead, it's our boy Haas. He no longer wants to be in NFTs. Why? Said Rosio. They're so much fun. Don't they know how hot it makes him? I know, I try to tell him, Rosio. But he's obviously gotten into another situation, wearing his heart on his chest, that he's not able to move forward. Well, that's a damn shame, Rosio said. Let's do something about it. Don't even try to mess with me, Haas said. In fact, I'm just going to leave right now. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing in this space. Wait a minute, John said. Who's that coming over the distance? Why, it's Wine Queen herself, Grumpy. Maybe she has something to say about it. Wine Queen, Haas here is having some real problems in the NFT space. Do you have any advice for him? What's the problem? You know, there's some people and he's in this project and they're being mean to him. They're pushing them out. He's just not having an enjoyable experience. Well, I can tell you exactly how to fix it, the Wine Queen said. Everyone waited around and listened for her wisdom. Haas, you just need to tell them to go fuck themselves. Haas took a step back, looked at Grumpy, and tears formed in his eyes. That is exactly why I love this community. You know what? They can go fuck themselves because I will always have my Hunnys. The end. All right. That was a great little story, huh? Time for the second one. The next story of the Hunny Island Adventures, the Cupcake Competition. One day, in the island's magnificent charter, there was a determination to be made that an ambassador from the island would be sent out to represent Hunnys across the world and across the land of Web3. This ambassador was none other than the amazing Best Boy, who had always been a guiding star for the project as a whole, and was one of the biggest reasons that it mooned whenever it did. So, Best Boy decided, after traveling the world of Web3 and giving out the good honey news to everyone, to come back to the island and celebrate the win of the success of the Hunnys and the acquisition of a place for all Hunnys to stay. To celebrate the return of the great Best Boy, Queen Stacy's decided to hold an official dinner where her most honored court would be in attendance. To get set up for this dinner, she decided to serve the most prized delicacy on the island, the cupcake. In order to get the cupcake ready for Best Boy's arrival, she went to two of her top 5 advisors, John Smith and Rat, and asked them if they wouldn't mind going into the island kitchen and putting together the cupcakes for the celebration later that day. Now, the Bunny Queen, despite having an emotional intelligence off the charts and having an omnipotent lay of the land, somehow had missed that between John Smith and Rat, there existed an unofficial, kind of official rivalry that was the biggest on the entire island. She told them both, all right, boys, y'all have fun, but we need some good cupcakes. I want to make sure that what we're doing for Best Boy lives up to his efforts out in the world of Web3. She left the room, left the kitchen, and the two men sat down to begin working on cupcakes. You know, Rat, I've got you this time. I'm going to make the best cupcake, Jonathan said. No, there's no way you can. I'm the best cupcake maker, and I'm about to prove it to you right now. Well, we'll see about that. You know, you think you're so hot stuff, John said, but you'll never be on top of the Discord rankings again. Not whenever I've got Bunny Lover and trading back and forth with me Schitt's Creek gifts all day. Your gifts won't stop me today, and the rankings don't matter today, said Rat. All that matters today is who makes the best cupcake. Have at you. Okay, let's do it. So both Rat and John Smith sat down in different corners of the kitchen and began preparing their own cupcakes for the celebration. Give me that measuring cup, Rat. It's mine. No, it's mine. I saw it first. The two men sparred back and forth, the unofficial rivalry becoming more and more heated at the moment. That's why you should have voted for me in Beat Saber, Rat said. You knew I was going to win. You knew I was the best at it, and yet you voted for her. How am I not supposed to vote for the king? The queen, John said. It was the only obvious solution. Well, you made the wrong choice then, and you're going to make the wrong choice today. I'm going to be preparing the better cupcakes. They immediately lit into their different counters, and they started stirring and blending and putting together the cupcakes in such a tizzy that there was a mess being made all over the island kitchen. Suddenly, Rat decided to slink away, and John Smith thought that he had won the competition all to himself. Aha, Rat quit early. It was a bad idea, honey, to get into it with John Smith. I know what I'm doing. Later that day, the dignitary Best Boy had arrived and had sat down at dinner with the magnificent Queen Stacy's and her honored guard, Hollywood. Fuck yeah, let's eat some fucking cupcakes, Hollywood said. excited to get into the celebration. Yes, Hollywood, I'm ready to eat some cupcakes, Best Boy said. Suddenly, out came both Rat and John Smith, holding the cupcakes that they had prepared. John Smith looked over at Rat, kind of amazed that he was able to create a cupcake. Where did he go and what did he do after he left the kitchen to make a cupcake that looked so magnificent? Oh, well, I'll still win, John Smith thought. So the cupcakes got put before the Queen, Best Boy, and her honored guard, and they all dug in. Both Rat and John Smith looked towards the delegation, waiting for some sort of feedback. Finally, after a while, Best Boy popped up. These are both excellent cupcakes, gentlemen, I must say. But I think I prefer Rat's. What was your recipe? I would love to do that again. Yes, Rat said. Ha ha, John Smith, I win today. John Smith, in shock, held his face in his hands. How could I lose, he thought. Oh, Mr. Best Boy, Rat said, I thank you very much for your compliments, but it is not I who is to thank for these great cupcakes. For, you see, unlike some people here, I am in the DMs of the great Jen Shaw, and Jen Shaw shared with me her secret recipe. John Smith suddenly had a look of horror in his eyes. Not only had Rat gotten into the best cupcake recipe, but he'd done it by getting into Jen Shaw's DM, a place that he had never gone. Both men then left the court, and on the way to the door, John Smith growled over at Rat. You win today, Rat, but there'll be another one. The end. All right, now for the next adventure in Hunny Island. Who wrangles the Wranglers? One day, our amazing bunny wrangler Youthquake was sitting down with the king of the honored guard, Champ, discussing the bunny wrangler news and goings-on for that particular month. What they would get into, the contests they would do, the movies that they would watch as part of the viewing party, regular kind of sort of business. Suddenly, another bunny wrangler, Soggy Apple Pie, ran up with a look of concern in her eyes. There's been a situation, she said. Oh no, Champ said. What's going on? Did someone send another pooping ladies DM? No, it's more serious than that, Soggy Apple Pie said. It looks like Dubio has gotten out of control. The three bunny wranglers went to the window and looked out on the courtyard, and they saw something that horrified them. Dubio, the honored robot guard of the entire island, probably the most powerful person in all of Bunnyland, had Corn Man pinned to the ground and was screaming at him, You won't get the most rice, me. I'm going to get the most rice. I'm going to rug you. Champ quickly told Youthquake and Soggy Apple Pie, Let's go. We need to figure out what's going on. And they rushed down to the courtyard. Along the way there, they found Johnny Law on the edge looking at the ongoing conflict. Johnny tells them, Y'all better watch out. Dubio, there's something going on with him today, and we can't understand what's happening. Suddenly, Champ goes, I think I know what the problem is. And he busts out his bunny badge for all to see. Dubio looks over at that magnificent badge and laughs. Not today. You're not going to stop me with that bunny badge. Oh, wranglers, who think wrangles you? It is I, Dubio, who will take you down. Suddenly, Corn Man, taking a breath of fresh air, yells at them, Everyone, look at his head. Look at his head. And then Dubio grabbed his mouth to quiet him. Suddenly, everyone looked at Dubio's heads and saw, very faintly, a hairband of devil horns. He got into the magic devil horns, Champ said. How are we going to stop him? I know, Youthquake said. I have a way with things like this. Youthquake then pulled out her most powerful crystal and shined it in Dubio's direction. Blinded by its magnificence, Dubio fell to the ground, covering his eyes. Suddenly, Soggy Apple Pie whipped out her bunny wrangler lasso and whipped the devil ears off of Dubio's head. Oh, Dubio, please talk to us. How are you doing? Suddenly, Dubio's eyes became less dilated, and the rage in his face subsided. Oh no, everyone. What's going on? What happened? What did I do? I just wanted to dress up as a demon for the next cosplay. Don't worry about it, Champ said. It's not the first time this has happened in Bunny Island. And then all the Wranglers laughed. The end. Next adventure in Bunny Island. Jen's Journey. One day, Jen Shaw decided that she wanted to go on an adventure and find out what other islands and what other places there were to visit around Bunny Island. You know, Jen said, I looked on a map and we're pretty close to Fiji, I'm pretty sure. I just want to kind of go around a little bit, maybe find some good beaches other than the ones we're always on. Whenever she announced this particular adventure, JPEG Josh, Bella, Stray Aliens, and John Smith popped up and said, bring us along too. We want to go on Jen's adventure. So they all loaded into a boat and sailed out to sea. Within a day or two, though, it became very obvious that the island was more remote than they expected. I think that map rugged me, Jen said. I mean, you know, it just looked like an inch or two on there. I thought we were right next to Fiji. What a shame. We need to just turn back around and go back. So they turned the boat around to go back to Bunny Island. But then suddenly a terrible storm hit the island. Oh no, JPEG Josh said. Look at the clouds. This is the worst storm to hit Bunny Island since all those people got pissed when we exposed that Crypto Chicks was tracing. Hurry, run everyone. Get batten everything down. We're going to be lucky to live through this. Then the storm hit the boat, and suddenly they were awash with rain and lightning and wind of all kind. Suddenly, the boat began to take on water, and it became obvious that they were going to have to abandon ship to survive. So, Stray Aliens blew up the one life raft, and they all jumped in to try to find a way to get back to Bunny Island. Oh man, Bella said, I don't want to do this. All these life vests are orange. That's not my color. I like black. Can't they make a black one? We don't have time for that, John Smith said. We need to get on the boat. So they all got into the life raft and began to float away from the sinking ship, hoping to maybe find which way it is back to Hunny Island. Within a couple hours of just aimlessly floating, the crew began to get hopeless. Oh man, JPEG Josh said. The one day I didn't bring my outboard motor. Wait, John Smith said. You have an outboard motor you just carry around, Josh? Who doesn't, John? So, up in the sky, they saw something in the distance. First, it was but a speck, and then as it moved closer and closer to them, it became obvious that it was a UFO. What is this in the sky, everyone? Stray Aliens goes, it's my family. Yes, ha-ha. Suddenly, a booming voice comes from the UFO. Stray Alien, you're doing it again. That's why we gave you that label. Why can't you ever stay with the group? You know, we'd much rather have a in-group alien than a stray alien, but you always end up in these situations. I'm so sorry, fam, Stray Aliens yelled up at the ship. I promise I won't do it again. But can you help me and my friends get back to Bunny Island? All right, yet again we'll rescue you. At least this isn't as bad as what we caught you doing in Mexico last time, right? So the UFO teleported everyone out of the boat and then took them back to the island. Once they were safe on the island, John Smith went up to Jen Shaw and said, Jen, I'm so sorry that we didn't find anything, but we appreciate you taking me on the adventure. Jen says, are you kidding me? That was so much fun. Now I know exactly what honey I need to buy next. Time to go back to my spreadsheet and figure out what alien I'm going to go pick up off OpenSea. The end. All right, last one. The Hunny Island Adventure, the Queen of Hoop. One day, Queen Stacy's called to her court all of the different people on Bunny Island because she had an announcement to make. Everyone in the community came and waited to listen to what the Queen had to announce. She went and stood up from her throne and bellowed out, "Hello, everyone on Bunny Island, my friends, my community. I'm here to let you know today that I have an announcement to make. Going forward on Bunny Island, we are no longer going to allow any negativity or any kind of misbehavior of any kind. There's been some problems recently in some other communities that I'm dealing with, and quite frankly, I just don't want that spilling onto the island. So as of today, we have a new rule in place. You can only do something if it's hoop." John Smith looked over at Nellie, the flower queen, sitting next to him in the progression. "Oh no, Nellie, I don't even know what hoop means. What are we going to do?" Nellie looked back at him with a bit of a smile. "Oh, John Smith, you always worry too much. The queen won't do anything to us. She's just making sure that we keep an even keel here." "I don't know, Nellie," John Smith said. "I've kind of gotten on her bad side a few times. You make a few too many jokes about her saying the word cupcake, and you might be worried too." "Don't worry," Nellie said to Jonathan. "After the pea drawer incident, anything you do is just going to be absolutely golden." "I guess so." Suddenly, Bunny Lover came up to John Smith and tapped him on the back of the shoulder. "So hoop, huh? When are we going to get into it?" "I don't know, Bunny Lover. I was thinking instead we'd sit down and we'd talk about our favorite reality TV shows. That sounds hoop to me." "You don't even know what hoop means, do you, Jonathan?" she said. "No, not really. Just trying to make the best of it." "Well, I'll tell you what. I know who knows. Let's go find Mel. She was using hoop a lot the other day, and I bet you she has a good idea and she can explain it to you." So John Smith and Bunny Lover went off and left the progression and went to the hill where Mel sits and meditates. "Hey, Mel, how you doing today?" "Oh, doing good. Just trying to center myself in this fantastic weather." "Well, we don't want to disturb you, but, I have a question," John Smith said. "The Queen decided that everyone on the island now has to follow the rule of hoop, and I don't know what that is." Oh, she laughed and looked at him. "You don't know what that is? Well, why didn't you just ask your friend Bunny Lover?" "Oh, I know what it is," Bunny Lover said. "But, I wanted him to figure it out for himself, and I figured you could articulate it better. So, why don't you let us know?" Mel sat back and gave her a cross-eyed look and said, I don't know if I'd consider myself the professional on hoop. My understanding is it's just a way of living. It's just a perspective on life. It just means being fun and fancy-free." "I don't know about that," John Smith said. "I've been sitting there popping off memes for like the last month, and I never for a moment felt hoop in my heart." Bunny Lover looked over. "Hoop in your heart? What would that even look like? You going to play some basketball in there?" No. HUPE, hoop, what the Queen demanded. I think we need to find it. It's got to be somewhere on this island, or otherwise we're going to be in real trouble." Mel looked at him and said, "You probably should just go ask the Queen herself." John Smith sweated and thought, "I guess you're right." "All right, I'm going to leave you to that one," Bunny Lover said. "I need to go back to work or something. Good luck, John. Let us know how it goes." So John Smith, all on his own, walked back to the Queen's court and into the Queen's chambers to ask Great Stacy's what she meant with her proclamation. Knock, knock at the door. "Stacy's, are you there? Who is it?" "Oh, it's John Smith again." "What do you want today, John?" No, I promise. Nothing big. I just want a little bit of a clarification." "Yeah, of course, a little clarification. What is it?" I just kind of wanted to know, from your perspective, what does hoop mean?" Stacy's looked at him with a cross-eyed glare. "You don't know what hoop means?" "No, not really, and, it's your proclamation now, so I'd hope to figure it out." Suddenly, her face completely exploded with relief. "Oh, thank God, I didn't know what it meant either. I just didn't want to admit that to y'all. Y'all all look at me to be this, majestic queen and things like that. I just kind of figured y'all would figure it out. Let's just say it means fun, okay? Everyone go have fun. How about that?" John Smith looked at her with a gleam in his eyes. "That I can do." The end. Thank y'all very much for listening. I absolutely love this. Y'all are the absolute best. and I hope you have a fantastic day.